You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Hey there, listener. Thanks for meeting us here on this busy corner of Vicar Lane in Leeds. I'll explain in just a minute while we're here. Basically, welcome to Food to Watch Films By. My name's Johnny, one of your hosts on this podcast. There's Adam as well, who I can just see he's just coming around the corner. I can just see him at the top of the road now, looking like a goon as always. But yeah, so anyway, we're your hosts on this magical mystery tour into the combination of film and foods. Basically, we talk about films we've watched and recommend foods that we think would heighten and enhance your experience, your sensory experience of watching those films. Anyway, and there's Adam. I can just see him rocking up now. How's it going, mate? All right. What are we doing here exactly? I've just got this invitation through the door. I'm really hoping it's not one of your elaborate ploys to get me to go dogging again. No, so I'm not down with that. No, I don't like being watched. I don't really like watching. Nothing like that. I'm not cool with it. Okay. Yeah. No. Before you freak out, look, I've done it. You done what? The restaurant right there. Look, it's my puppet themed restaurant that I talked about in episode 3. I've done it. Seriously? Is this wind up or? No. Come on inside. I'll show you around. Yeah.
Hey there, Master Johnny. This is a pleasant surprise. Will you be dining with us tonight?
Yes, I will, Finkel. Good to see you as always. Yeah, I'm here with Adam. Can I have my regular table?
Johnny, these are actually Muppets.
Hi there, listener. Now, if you've not listened to this podcast before, you might be thinking, what the hell is going on? Well, just to bring you up to speed, back in episode 3, I had an idea for a puppet-themed restaurant where the restaurant would be manned exclusively by puppets. Both Adam and Pablo, of course, shot me down thinking it was a really bad idea, and I'm just about to prove them wrong. So, now you're up to speed, on with the show!
Come this way. I will take you to your table now.
Thank you, Finkel.
So what do you think, Adam? Check it out. Not bad, eh?
I mean, it's empty. But dude, we talked about it.
It's only just opened, it needs time to build. There'll be customers, they'll come.
Excuse me, I don't want to be negative. I'm just, Muppets, we discussed this, Muppets by the very nature are clumsy, there's insanity that...
Here we are, here's your table. Would you like to sit down?
Yes, thanks, Finkel.
Cheers, Finks.
Okay, so get yourselves comfortable and your waitress will be over in just a minute.
Okay, so while we're waiting for the menus, basically the theme of this episode is food in films. So basically films where food is the central theme of that film.
Yeah, I mean, and it has taken us 9 episodes of a podcast, which is Food to Watch Films By. It's taken us 9 episodes to get to a food-themed episode. So we're a little bit slow, but we'll get there in the end.
Here it is for you to welcome. So I think our waitress is just on her way over, but should we get on to your top 5, Adam?
Yeah, let's do this thing.
This is Adam's top 10. I mean 5.
Yeah, so as we've mentioned, this episode is going to be focused around films where the central theme is food. So it's
food.
Yeah, well, it's just to clarify, it's not going to be kind of famous scenes in films where food's associated, like kind of 9.5 weeks where they're feeding each other. No, it's going to be a case of food is essentially as much of a character as anything else, and helps progress and develop the narrative.
Cool.
So, as always, we have a couple of honourable mentions. So, firstly, we have the French film Delicatessen.
Yeah, fantastic.
By director who
Cracking
did
film.
Amelie, very good film. And also a documentary, thought I'd throw in there, Super Size Me, Morgan Spurlock Super Size Me.
Oh, yeah.
Analysing the effects of fast food on our
Excessive
bodies.
eating.
Exactly. So both well worth mentions. So, the top 5, Johnny.
Number 5.
Are you ready for this? Number 5, I've gone for Soylent Green.
Hang on a second. I recognise that. Have you not mentioned that one before?
We have, Johnny, we have indeed. Back in episode 5, we did this dystopian episode. It was in the top 5. It's the first time that a film has appeared in the top 5 in more than one episode. But
Oh my god.
it's, well worth a watch. People, actually I won't go off to the twist of it, but food plays a very, very big part in the development of the story.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
I've gone for John Favreau's Chef, quite a new one.
No,
I love that
Not
film.
seen
A very, very good film. But, a bit of an indie flick, really. But it really does show the relationship between, kind of food and love and his passion for food. Really establishes a character. Great film. Well worth a watch again.
So not Chef, the TV series starring Lenny Henry.
No, as good as that was, a forgotten gem of a British comedy, Chef with Lenny Henry. Didn't Alan Davis do a sitcom as well where he was a chef fairly recently?
No idea.
Yeah, I think it lasted like one season and then got dropped.
Anyway.
I digress. Number 3.
Number 3.
Gone for an animated film. I've gone for Ratatouille.
Yeah.
It's a good film, right?
I think I watched it with my nephew once, and he kept playing the same scene over and over again, so it kind of haunted me for a while.
I think it's one of those animated films that will probably sort of stand the test of time as well. Great story, great performances. Ratatouille in at number 3.
Ratatouille. Number 2.
So number 2 is a bit of a favourite of mine, and it seems pretty appropriate with the recent passing of Gene Wilder, the legend.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. indeed. But I've gone for Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Great film, obviously adapted from the classic Roald Dahl book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, you can't really not have this one in a top 5.
It's just the film is just great across the board. Great performances, fantastic music in there. They tried to recreate that kind of magic in Tim Burton's version with Johnny Depp. To me, it just didn't click. Willy Wonka in at number 2.
Number 2.
So,
number 1.
Number 1, and this was a last-minute change, to be fair. I was going to have Willy Wonka in at number 1, to be fair.
Oh.
But I've changed my mind on the basis of a film. Yeah, I am indeed. On the basis of a film that we actually are going to review a little bit later on.
Oh.
So my number 1, I've gone with The Cook, The Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover.
Oh. Yes. Fantastic.
Yes. I won't say too much about that because we are going to go into a great deal of depth in our food and film review a little bit later on.
Keep a bit of an appetite for that one.
Oh,
is
yes.
all I'm going to say.
To be fair, it's one that may not be to everybody's taste. For some people, it may be a little bit hard to digest. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, there you have it. Adam's top 5 food-themed films, shall we say. So, as a listener, if you've got your own top 5 food films, tweet us at FTWFB Podcast, or, get in touch with us on Facebook or anything like that. And, let us know. So, shall we get on to our first film and food recommendation?
Oh, hi, guys.
Oh, hi, yes.
Hey there. I'll be your waitress for this evening.
Yep.
I'm going to take your order.
Yeah, of course. Can I get the chicken balls, please?
Yeah, and for you, sir?
Could I have the prairie oysters?
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so that's 1 hamburger and 1 chili dog coming up.
No, sorry, you've got it wrong. You've got kind of the chicken balls?
And the prairie oysters, please.
Yeah, got it, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, my days. You can't get the bloody staff.
Mate, I warned you about this. Muppets and... God knows what we're going to get.
Okay, well, on to our first film and food recommendation then. Sausage Party. Phew, I have sorted the food orders out anyway, so it should be on its way any minute.
Yeah, cool. I'm not gonna lie, mate. I'm still not filled with confidence.
Anyway, well, they have given us a couple of free beers.
Yeah, and they've not actually opened them, but they don't have opposable thumb, so I suppose opening a bottle of beer would be a bit of a challenge.
Do you wanna say what it is?
Yeah, I've got here fresh. That was an
Struggled to open
effort.
that one,
Yeah. Fresh from the from Gypsy Inc. Brewery. We've got Pale Trail, which is another American pale ale. We've had a few of these in recent episodes, but there we go, Johnny.
Looks lovely.
Sample a bit of this. So it's described as a well-balanced pale ale, caramel malts. So yeah, a bit of a citrus and a note of pine as well, apparently. You getting any of that?
It's very fragrant. Yeah, it does smell a bit
Piney.
piney. Yeah, yeah,
I've been in a forest.
a bitter smell.
Oh, that's lovely.
That is nice, actually. Yeah,
I think, you know what? I'm gonna
hello.
go out on this. I think this is the nicest pale ale that we've had.
yeah, you see, don't mock my Muppets. They've got good taste.
They do
keep,
have good
they keep
taste
a good
craft
stock.
beer. Yeah.
Good stock of ales. Right, so now we've got our refreshments. Sausage Party. So, the new release, Sausage Party, directed by Greg Tiernan and Conrad Vernon, starring a whole host of a cast: Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Kristen Wiig, many
Ed Norton.
yeah.
Talent.
It goes on and it
Coming
goes
out
on.
of their ears.
But yeah, basically it's a let's just say it's almost like a Pixar movie for adults. Very much for
Very
adults.
much for adults, yeah.
Yes, it's quite
Yeah.
crude, offensive, funny. But yeah, basically it follows the story of various foods who live, their lives in a supermarket with this fantasy that one day they'll be selected by a customer and taken off to the great beyond or something like that, wasn't it? It was like a
The
paradise.
great beyond, yeah. See, the other side of the doors is the consumers, the guys who shop at the supermarket, are to them gods.
Yeah, going
who
to take them to paradise. But
we'll look after them.
But yes, they obviously we know that's not the real truth. They're
Oh no!
once they're taken out the store, they meet a very hideous
Demise.
demise, being munched down, being chopped up, and eaten, consumed.
Which horrific. Some of those scenes are pretty horrific.
Yeah.
You know, we watch baby carrots getting murdered.
Yeah. It gets pretty nasty.
Yeah, that affected me for a. It was a good 15 minutes into the movie until I got over that scene.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you don't think about it, do you? You grab food, you hack it up, chop it up, fry it. Wow. But yeah, you don't realise the pain you might be inflicting on that thing.
Yeah, I'm staying away from anything baby food wise now, like as in baby carrots, baby peas, that thing.
Petit pois.
Yeah. Anything along those lines.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So the story follows these foods who eventually embark on a journey to discover what is the great beyond, what is out there.
If anything.
Yes, and ultimately, try and fulfill an existence.
Yeah.
Ultimately, yeah. So.
Absolutely. But really it kind of serves as a bit of a shorthand as well for religion.
Yeah, very much.
And belief systems and satirises that in a way.
You got
it's nothing
Jew
new.
and the Arab.
Yeah, exactly. On that point, Sammy Bagel Jr. and Lavash. I felt great. I could literally have watched a movie about their little story arc, from the points of them, being enemies with opposing ideals to then working together and becoming friends. Ultimately then becoming, spoiler alert, gay lovers. passionately gay lovers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know whether that is the resolution between Israel and Palestine for them all to, ultimately get
Just
gay
get it
with
on.
each other.
Just get it on. Come on.
But,
differences can be worked out
yeah.
through the act of lovemaking.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of representation through food.
Yeah.
Mexicans, Spaniards.
Yeah, there's religion, culture, and different beliefs. We've even got a bit of a Nazism in there.
Yeah.
Who were the Nazis again? What were they?
I think
Juice. So they didn't like that. Was it the Nazis?
They didn't like juice.
Yeah, they didn't like juice. That was it. Yeah. But
They
yeah,
got fire, water, the great wise.
yeah,
liquor, the imperishables. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a movie with the title Sausage Party. It still tackled some pretty heavy subjects in that respect, and and it's something that we're used to, I suppose. It's not something that's brand new. South Park have been doing it for decades.
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
successfully having that adult spin using animation to kind of satirise, pretty mature subject stuff. But it's it's audiences respond to it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's funny.
It did make me think a little bit of when I first saw Team America. Just the kind of that took ultimately something that was a kids' medium, I guess. And introduced some very adult scenes. And I suppose this does it also in a very without spoiling it. It all builds up to a pretty climactic scene.
It does.
Food getting freaky.
Yeah, there's basically, and again, to an extent, spoiler alert, we do see a food orgy. And it's pretty graphic.
Yes.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's an interesting story. Story-wise, I expected to be to laugh a bit more than I did. I did find it funny in parts. I think after you get over the thing of food effing and jeffing, it kind of there were some good jokes, but not amazing. It's not the funniest thing I've seen all year. Yeah, if I'm honest.
I mean, it took me a while to get into it. Like at first, it did feel like I was watching like a Pixar Disney film, and but with really offensive language. I couldn't quite. I was about
yeah.
It did, but as the story built and the characters built, I started to get a bit more into it and found a few laughs here and there. But yeah, I know what you mean. I wasn't lolling.
What did you think about Douche, who was an actual douche product, played by Nick Kroll? What did you think of him being the antagonist?
I thought it was good. I kind of. Yeah, I thought he was going to be a bit more. I thought he was a good character. I liked the voice and I liked the character, but he didn't really. He was always a bit there in the story, but never.
Well, this is it. It just seemed a bit strange having him as the antagonist when really the main antagonist was probably either themselves and the the kind of pushback on Frank trying to kind of open their eyes to actually these belief systems that we have is all bullshit. The gods, I suppose, were the bigger antagonist. So it just seemed a bit confusing having him in there as well, trying to drive that conflict. It just seemed a bit unnecessary. So I think they could have either used him and just had him as a main bad. But then, I don't know, it didn't make sense. And then you had also the story arc of Frank. And then you had Michael Cera's character, Barry, Frank's best mate, who kind of went off on his own little story arc as well. So it just seemed a little bit, I don't know, a bit messy in places, story-wise. And as I say, for me, there wasn't a strong enough kind of villain. And these kind of movies, I think, really do suffer from having a poor villain sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. It was okay. It was a bit of fun, bit daft. Had some strong messages there. Again, it's delivering another, essentially, a medium that's usually for the family. Delivering us stuff that's definitely more adult.
Exactly.
Not bad. Not bad. That's all I can say. Yeah. Should we get onto the food recommendations?
Let's.
Do you wanna deliver yours first?
Yeah, I'll serve mine up first. So I've actually gone for a. Now I've taken influence here from the back end of the movie with the food orgy.
Oh yeah.
And I've gone for a Louisiana gumbo.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, start of the film, at first, as to say, I was a little bit traumatised about the baby carrots being eaten, and I at first thought my food suggestion was to just sort of go on hunger strike or something.
Yeah.
Couldn't face, putting the food through that. As it went on, I remembered that it was just a cartoon. And actually, at the end, we have a reminder of it is just a cartoon. But I think I'm going to pay homage to the full-on food orgy. Gumbo, just everything, just throwing in, and not just, I don't mean just like kind of a seafood gumbo. I'm having surf and turf in that gumbo. There's going to be steak, there's going to be prawns, there's going to be clams, and all the veg just getting on top of each other and just mixing in with each other and just having a damn good tasty time.
Man, that sounds
it is an orgy in a bowl when you think about it.
That sounds arousing on the palate, maybe.
Gumbo.
Bit of gumbo. I don't think I've ever had a gumbo, actually.
I've always
stew,
basically. We'd call it a stew in Britain.
Yeah,
it just sounds cooler. Gumbo.
Right, yeah, brilliant. Well, mine. I think I'm focusing on another part of the story arc, within it, and that's basically at one point they encounter James Franco's character, who's a druggie, and once he injects himself with the new drug. Kind of like some sort of...
Oh, it was bath salts, wasn't it?
It
was bath salts that got him there, yeah.
Anyway, when he's injected himself, he then can see and hear the food and realises it's kind of alive in a way. Is very terrified by this.
I thought that was quite an interesting concept, having be able to kind of see that other dimension, I suppose, extra dimension.
And that links into my food suggestion, where you can also see that other dimension by basically, if you're watching it with a friend, if you ask them to first of all cover themselves in items of food, packaged food, cover themselves in it, maybe lie down on the floor.
Right.
Then if you... Again, it's endorsing some things that are maybe not too ethical, but get some mushrooms, and I'm not talking about your average shop-bought mushrooms. I'm talking the fly agaric, the magic mushrooms.
Wow.
Make up a bit of a tea, neck that tea, and then just gradually start eating your way through that food whilst your friend is talking to you, and at which point, when the mushrooms kick in, it's going to get a little weird. It's going to get very weird, I think.
And again, we're not endorsing substance misuse. But,
Yeah. Well,
it's up to you, innit? You're adults. We can't tell you what to do.
It's adding an experience. I mean,
it's organic, at least,
I mean, you could take it a step further and decide to do your big shop whilst under the influence. That'll probably be terrifying, I reckon.
Yeah, believe me, you don't need mushrooms when you're going around the local houses around.
Yeah, can you imagine Saturday afternoon?
Some of the characters,
Saturday afternoon, or build up to Christmas doing that.
Oh my god, I couldn't imagine anything worse. Don't do that, people. We're not endorsing
horror.
God damn. But yeah, I like that. It's a slightly weird.
Well, I like to push the boundaries. Concept, but I was trying to this film's pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, there's a parallel between it. So yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, would you say we both enjoyed the movie though?
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, it's good.
Hasn't changed me in any way, but yeah. So yeah, there you have it. You can have yourself either a gumbo featuring all manners of foods, anything you can throw in there, a
food
orgy in a pot. Or you can have some mushroom tea and get a bit freaky with your friends, or in a supermarket.
Yeah. Those are your choices.
Yeah. So, I think our food's just arriving now. So,
Okay, here's your food. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Johnny, this looks shit.
Oh God!
It's not what I ordered. These are not prairie oysters. I'm not sure what it is. Is that?
Yeah, these are certainly not chicken balls. Anyway,
Pretty sure I've got spaghetti hoops mixed with baked beans. I didn't order that, dude.
Okay, well, let me have a word with the head chef.
Please.
And when I come back, we'll be joined by one of our listeners as well.
This is what I warned you about, mate.
Yeah. Okay. Stay tuned. So, once again, we're joined by one of our listeners. This time, our listener's called Dave. Do you want to say hello, Dave?
Hello, Dave. Oh, sorry, no.
Dave.
Hello, guys. Hello.
How
Dave there. I don't know.
are you doing, Dave? You right?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Obviously, a keen listener.
No problemo. And just for the listeners out there, particularly the ones who maybe not in the UK, just to warn you now, Dave is from Liverpool. You might have picked that up, maybe. So, you know.
We've got all
Maybe,
the reaches
maybe
of,
not,
of the
I don't
north of
know.
England accent-wise here, haven't we?
Yeah. In fact, actually,
just all merges, doesn't it? To one, northern.
Yeah, a bukkake
I'm
party of
northern.
Of northerness.
Yeah. So
It always surprises me when you drive on the motorways and you see signs and it goes, the north. I'm like, oh, it just sounds so uncouth, doesn't it? The north.
you were in the north.
Head to the north.
You've crossed the border.
Yeah.
To the north.
Yeah, always brings
The
a tear to
north.
my eye, though.
Yeah.
But so the theme of this episode, as I've briefed you before, is food in films, and I've actually asked you to consider a little something in preparation for this episode, Dave, haven't I?
Yes.
Yeah, basically I asked you to consider, if you had to serve yourself up as the main course for a dinner party, what would you serve yourself as? What dish or what size would you have, and why? Do you want to explain?
Okay, so I've gone for slow roast belly pork due to its 3 distinct layers.
Yeah.
I think it's the Japanese, I think they refer to them as the 3 layers of heaven, because I'm obviously very heavenly. So the first one being the skin layer, and then you've got your layer of fat, and then you've got your layer of meat.
Yeah.
And if you used to take my belly apart, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it would look. You've got the skin layer, the layer of fat, and hopefully deep down there'll be a layer of meat, or it could be a cheap cut, you never know. And then as it's a dinner party, you're always, after the ease part, so making it nice and easy, we just go with a bit of roast veg, always go down a treat. Roasted new potatoes, bit of garlic, rosemary, just, bit of fragrance. Gravy from the meat juices, of course. Side dish, obviously, applesauce. How can you not pork without applesauce?
Yeah, that.
Of course,
That
but there will be side tools. Due to me being slightly hairier than the average bear, depending on whether I'm showing off or if I'm trying to be a little bit pretentious, I'll have a mini blowtorch just in case there's a bit of hair on the crackling.
Yeah, some thick hairs.
So, but if I'm not trying to impress anybody, like a Gillette lady shaver or something like that, just to
Nobody wants to.
Just on hand. Nobody wants to.
No, I like that. You've thought about the drama of it,
Yeah, the drama.
Yeah.
Thought it through. People might be, not impressed with hairy crackling, but I'm not so bothered. And then to finish off, a bit of hairy cracking goes down, but especially if you're up north, maybe down south, maybe not. And then just to finish it off, just to feed the hipster side of me, a Vietnamese egg coffee. Also referred to a Vietnamese egg coffee. It's all arranged now, apparently.
What the hell is that?
Yeah. Well, it's regarded as the liquid tiramisu, and me, Johnny, I'm all about the tiramisu. So so just to wash it all down, a Vietnamese egg coffee.
Wow,
Nice.
Things have advanced in Liverpool since I was last there for drinking.
They certainly have, yeah. Even Jamie Oliver's got it at a restaurant in Liverpool.
No way.
Times are changing.
Yeah.
They are changing, yeah.
Oh well.
So that would be my meal.
Oh, well, that sounds very tasty, and I expect an invite. So
no problem at all.
but I think that's a good question anyone should ask themselves. I think it really gets to it allows you to really analyze yourself. Like, who am I? What
It got me thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like like, how do people how do I come across? Like, what do I taste like? What would people want from me? And I think it's
Got an any flamethrower.
Yeah, it's a good task, good activity. So the listeners, people listening, why don't you have a think about what you'd serve yourself as?
Yeah.
But well, no, thanks for that, Dave. And like with our previous listeners, we've prepared a little game for you. to play.
Brilliant.
Well, you and Adam are going to go head to head in a game
everybody likes to go head to head. Anyway.
But this game is called Willie's Final Challenge.
We're talking food that you see in the movie. Is it a taco or a motherfucking smoothie?
What's the matter, honey? Little extra cheese on the taco?
A motherfucking smoothie.
I like it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Bit of Beck.
Yeah, a bit of Beck there. You know, we selflessly. You know, I was speaking to Beck the other day, and I was like, "Oh, Beck, I need a track for this game."
Yeah.
And this is what he came back with. You
Is
know,
this at one of your weekly Scientologist meetings?
Yeah.
How are they going?
They're all right.
Yeah.
There's a whole other side I don't know about you, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man of
Amazing.
many faces.
Many layers, more than 3 layers.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't know what kind of meat I would be, but more layers than pork. Anyway, so to give you the backstory of this game, so following the recent passing of Gene Wilder, you've received an invite to attend an exclusive gathering at the Wonka factory to commemorate the man himself. On arrival, you're greeted by a troop of mourning Oompa Loompas who invite you through the gates and into a boardroom where other guests are. Once everyone has arrived, you are played a video message from Gene himself. He wants to leave his magical factory to one lucky recipient, but first they must prove their worth by taking part in Willie's Final Challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, so you excited?
There's a lot
Very
online.
excited.
Yeah, there's a lot of stage.
It is,
there.
yeah.
An entire factory of chocolate.
So basically, there's going to be 3 rounds. You're going to be going toe-to-toe with each other. The first round, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Dave, you'll go first, and Adam, you'll go next. Then there's round 2, which will be slightly different. And round 3, another one as a bit of a decider. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, round 1. So, question 1 goes to Dave. Roger Moore has often been regarded as the smoothest Bond, particularly in the film A View to a Kill, when he presents Stacey Sutton's character with a savoury pastry-based treat that leaves her wanting a little more. What was this treat?
Ooh. Sushi?
No, that's incorrect. It was a quiche.
A quiche?
Yeah, so pastry. A little fact there for you, accident in the film, Roger Moore accidentally calls it an omelette as well. Idiot.
Really?
Yeah, fucking idiot. It's bloody quiche.
Oh, man didn't know his quiche was from his omelette.
Exactly. Amateur. Anyway, so now question 1 for Mr. Adam.
Yeah.
So in the Living Dead films, what do the zombies most crave as a snack? Is it A, human flesh, B, brains, C, balls, D, a pepperami?
I'm going to go for brains.
It is indeed brains.
Yes. Come on. 1-0.
1-0.
You got multiple choice. Go on.
No, you
carry
get
on.
multiple choice now. So okay. So back to you, Dave. So question 2: in the film 9.5 Weeks, things get a bit arousing when Mickey Rourke starts feeding Kim Basinger with items from the fridge, who then slurps and gobbles them seductively. Which of the following did he not feed her? A whole chili, B, cherries, C, a pepperami, or D, cough mixture?
Oh, bloody hell. Did not. Pepperami it is. I'm going with pepperami.
Pepperami it is.
Get in.
A point to Dave. Excellent. So, question 2 for Adam. In Back to the Future 2, future Jennifer is preparing food for her and Marty's future family. What family favourite does she rehydrate in a matter of seconds before placing it on the dinner table?
That's a tough one, Johnny. I'm going to go for pizza. Do we want specifics, like in terms of the toppings?
Pizza will do. Pizza will do. So that's another point to Adam there. So question 3 for Dave. In the back end of the 80s, Julia Roberts starred in Mystic Pizza, a film about 3 teenage girls who come of age while working in a pizza restaurant. Which of the following pizza toppings did I develop a taste for when I came of age? Is it A, chicken, B, pineapple, C, kebab meat, or D, pheasant?
I think I know the answer to this due to of late. Jaunts.
Don't tell people
pineapple.
about our little jaunts. Secret.
Sorry, I just know the
wives are
answer.
listening. Sorry, what was your answer?
Pineapple.
Indeed it is, yes.
I would have had you pegged as a pheasant man, to be honest.
So, question 3 for Adam. Stop looking at the questions. So question 3 for Adam. Complete the following phrase. If Benjamin were a flavour ice cream, he'd be pralines and...
Oh, it's off Wayne's World. Oh my... Yeah, it's off Wayne's World. Garth says it. I don't know, Bath or something like that.
Nope.
What is it?
It's pralines and dick.
Dick! Oh,
Dick.
God, it's Dick.
Yeah, pralines and dick.
Yeah, you're right.
Benjamin would be, pralines and dick. He is a bit of a dick.
He is a dick.
Yes. Okay, so question 4 for Dave. In the film Groundhog Day, Bill Murray's character spends one of his days gorging himself on a meal consisting of different foods, coffee and cigarettes. He finishes his meal by eating a whole cream cake in one. Which of the following is not included in the Mr. Kipling range? Is it A, Angel Slice, B, French Fancy, C, Battenberg, or D, a chocolate brownie?
I would go with chocolate brownie.
You are correct. And actually,
Yes,
Mr.
Dave.
Kipling doesn't actually feature in the film. It was just a way of introducing Mr. Kipling into it. So, and talking about Groundhog Day.
I was just, I was going with it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so question number 4 for Adams. So in the film The Ipcress File, Michael Caine is preparing dinner, but what sort of mushrooms does he use? Is it A, porcini, B, chestnut, C, tinned, or D, magic mushrooms?
I'm going to go for chestnut.
I'm afraid you're wrong, it's tinned.
Damn it!
Tinned mushrooms.
Of course.
Yes, indeed. I can't believe you wouldn't know that. So, we're down to the final question of round 1, and so far, Dave, you're leading 3-2. So,
Get in.
Okay. So, question number 5, Dave. In the film Stand By Me, Gordy tells the tale of how Lord Ass Hogan gets revenge on the people of his small town who have bullied him for his weight by making them all vomit during a pie eating contest. But what colour is their puke? Is it A, green, B, black, C, purple, or D, mauve?
Being filmed after some drama, I would say green.
I'm afraid you're wrong. It's purple.
Oh,
sorry, Dave.
What is mauve? I thought it was a kind of a shade of purple.
It's a very light purple, but if you watch a film, it's not mauve.
Right. Okay.
You know,
just curious.
Yeah. Okay, so final question for round 1 for you, Adam. Having finished filming the final scenes of Rocky 3, Mr. T and Sylvester Stallone were outraged when they got back to their trailer, looking forward to eating some ice cream, to find that whoever had purchased it for them had got them the wrong flavour. This led to them trying to flip over the motorhome. Now, what flavour was that ice cream? Was it A, vanilla, B, pistachio, C, mint, or D, orange?
Did this happen? Was this actual?
Yeah, true story.
Okay.
True story.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna go for orange.
Afraid you're wrong. It's mint.
I like mint. Why do they not like mint?
Yeah, they just don't like mint. Okay, so we're on to round number 2. Now this time, what I'm going to do is you're each going to take a turn. I'm going to play you a clip from a film of someone eating. So Dave, you're going to go first. Now I'm going to play you a clip, and you need to say what food you think the guy is eating.
You know, I know this doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
So what do you think that is?
Well, I remember it very vividly.
Oh, yeah.
It is steak.
Steak it is. Yes. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Was that a bit too
It did look like a nice steak.
I thought that was an easy one.
Oh, sorry.
Is this mean mine's going to be ridiculous?
No, I think you might get it. So, so Adam's turn now. So here we go.
Rich and creamy, just the way I like it.
Touchy on the old food front, eh?
Now this one's a bit tricky because there's actually two things that are being consumed.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I'm trying to even think what film it's from. what was that from?
Narrow it down and say it's New Zealand.
New Zealand? Lord of the Rings?
Okay, it's from the film Brain Dead.
Oh, from Brain Dead, right, okay. Okay, is it a brain?
Afraid it's not.
It's
custard, but then also the mother's ear falls into the custard and she eats her own ear as well. So
yeah.
A little bit grim. So, out of round 2, Dave, you're leading 4-2.
I'm having a shocker.
So, we're on to the final round, round 3. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question. You need to consider it, and to make sure that Adam isn't cheating, I'm going to get him to write his answer down, and Dave, you're going to say yours first. So, listen very carefully. Which of the following is the odd one out? Tim Curry, Annika Rice, John Hamm, Sean Bean, or Christina Applegate?
Are you able to repeat them?
Tim Curry, Annika Rice, John Hamm, Sean Bean, or Christina Applegate? Think about it. What is it? What's the answer? I have to press you.
Sorry, you're waiting for my answer.
Okay. So, Dave, you go first. What's your answer?
Applegate.
Okay. Do you want to explain why?
All the others you can get in a tin.
Quite like that, actually.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Can you get tinned apples? I don't know. Not sure.
Can you get tin gates?
Okay. So, and Adam, what's your answer?
I've gone for John Hamm.
Okay.
Because the other foods are kosher and ham is not.
Yeah, that's a very good answer as well.
That was a very well thought answer.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you're both wrong, actually. Hang on. Sorry, Dave. I've just realised you're correct. But for completely
my
wrong.
reasoning is wrong.
But basically,
this quiz is flawed.
Christina Applegate is the only one that Adam hasn't touched himself over in the past.
That is a lie. I've touched myself several times to Christina Applegate.
Well, you maybe touch yourself over the others a lot more. So,
John Hamm's a very attractive man.
Yeah. So basically, Dave, you have won, and Adam, you have failed miserably.
Damn it! Is that that first
Hate
one?
to rub it in, Adam.
No, you lost. You've lost before, and you've tied before. So
okay.
Yeah. So well done, Dave. Congratulations.
Commiserations, Adam.
Yeah.
Tip of the hat to you, sir.
First of all, you get to inherit the Wonka factory. As per Gene's will. So, and
first things to go with the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah. So, thanks, Gene, and thanks for everything.
Too many mouths to feed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll get all the Oompa Loompas as well, so you can serve them pork or whatever, belly pork or pork of
my own belly pork.
Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, we also need to give you. We usually give a bit of a giveaway, so we need to give you. Let's see, what can we give you? What have we not given away yet?
We're given the wooden camel away yet?
Yeah, wooden camel.
We didn't wooden camel.
Oh no, there was a wooden giraffe, but let's be a bit more inventive.
Mini? I feel like
I'll have the wooden giraffe
action figure.
Oh, actually, I've got a copy of and this is quite appropriate actually. The James Bond themes done by the London Theatre Orchestra.
Yeah.
So harping back to that Roger Moore question.
Stuff. Yes.
Actually, that was more Sean Connery, wasn't it?
I can only thank you for it.
Yeah. So, thanks, Dave. You've been a great contestant, and we hope you've enjoyed yourself.
I have.
And that you've learned a little something about Adam.
Yeah.
I have, yeah. Well, probably a little bit too much, but yes, thoroughly enjoyable. I'm off to make stir fry.
Brilliant. Well, you enjoy yourself there. And then just be careful with that hot wok. No, that hot oil.
Oh, yeah. It can get nasty
business.
Yeah. You can, yeah.
I've done my risk assessment, don't worry. So,
yeah, brilliant. All right, well, thanks, Dave, and we'll speak to you another time.
Bye-bye, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, I just had a bit of an awkward experience, but
all right. What, in the toilet?
Yeah, you know the bathroom attendants.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Fuzzer.
Yeah, Fuzzer. Yeah, I think Fuzzer was probably paying a bit too much attention to me at the urinal.
He's just trying to do a good job. He's trying to be, thorough.
He was staring. He actually asked me if I needed a hand shaking that thing off. His exact words.
Oh, it's okay. He's a puppet. Come on, he's a puppet. It's,
I'm sure he's got a very plush touch, but I don't really want to be shaken
being such
off
a prude.
by
Anyway.
anyone in the toilet.
Yeah.
Dude, it's inappropriate. I think you need to have a word with him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to provide a good service.
I'm saying Fuzz is a pervert.
Quality service.
Quality. If I want that kind of quality service, I'll go to a Taiwanese massage parlour, not to a restaurant.
Okay.
With Muppets.
Fine. Hard man to please.
Just saying, there's issues with this place.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, can we move on, please?
Right. So that takes us on to our next film and food suggestion, which is going to be The Cook, The Thief,
yes,
His Wife,
yes,
and Her Lover.
Ooh, you said it all in one.
I did.
Excellent.
No editing involved in that. First time.
That is probably one of the hardest film titles to say without stopping.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've got to break it up that way. Yeah.
Let's review. So yeah, the directed by Peter Greenaway, and if you've ever seen any Peter Greenaway's films, you know that they can be a little bit surreal. This is probably one of the most accessible of his films, I'd say.
Yeah, they are a bit strange.
Exactly, but I mean, it follows essentially a crime boss who takes over a French restaurant. And as the story unfolds, we see how pretty vulgar and abusive this guy is. Albert Speaker, who's played by Michael Gambon.
Fine actor.
To his wife, Helen Mirren, but not just to his wife as well, to the staff in the restaurant, and pretty much everybody who comes in contact with him. The guy's a dick.
He's a prick.
Really, as a result of this continuous abuse, Helen Mirren's character, the wife, Georgina, develops a relationship with Alan Howard's character, Michael, who's a quite reserved bookshop owner. Very, very different in character to Michael Gambon's character, Albert.
Yep.
As things unfold, we see the cook, Richard, played by Richard Bohringer, facilitate the relationship, but then the crime lord, he soon gets wise to these antics.
And wants to enact a revenge.
Shit escalates from there.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
It gets crazy. So a bit of a complex array of characters in this, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's very almost Shakespearean, isn't it? I mean, it plays out very much like an opera or a piece of theatre.
It is, yeah.
And it's shot like a piece of theatre as well. The
absolutely.
scenery, the stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's classified, or when it came out, it's classified as a really taking major influences from Jacobean revenge tragedies, which essentially is what this is. It is a revenge tragedy.
Rewenge.
Exactly, and this throughout, there's references to that era.
I mean, right down to the costume as well, which was designed by Jean-Paul Gaultier. You see the influences to the Jacobean era. So you had literally some dudes wearing a ruff, Jacobean ruff, and the sachets and things like that. But I think it's quite interesting the use of the costume design there, because it does make it kind of almost timeless, if you like. You've got the influences of that era, you've got it kind of mixed with sort of contemporary dress, so you can watch this nearly 30 years down the line and not really associate it with any
period.
Which makes it timeless in a way.
No, it's and just the whole atmosphere of it's very unusual.
It is,
but very engaged, like very engrossing. I found, and the music as well. I mean,
it's haunting, isn't it? Yeah.
Michael Nyman's soundtrack. Just that opener where the first walk into the restaurant, the doors open, and that music just, and it comes through various points in the film as well, and it's just, it's amazing. I think he collaborated as well on the draftsman's contract as well.
He did, I worked with him on that as well. It's just, it just keeps you sort of in kind of an uneasy state throughout the film. I thought it was great. I mean, there's so many different layers to this film. I think, because you mentioned earlier the kind of theatre kind of aspects of it. For the most part, you're pretty much within 3 sets, aren't you? 3 scenes that you just kind of track from one to the next. So we have the restaurant, the kitchen, and then the outdoor world. Mainly the car park. And I think really as well, there's a lot of references to kind of French Revolution. Indeed, that is how, spoiler alert, we do see the demise of the lover.
The lover.
Yep, as the crime boss, Michael Gambon, exacts his revenge on him in quite a poetic way, really.
But
choking on his favourite book.
But then the revenge that is then enacted on him is even more poetic.
It is, indeed. I mean, essentially, we've got a film here that involves, let's face it, a lot of sex.
There's a lot of it.
There's
a
very
lot of kinky.
Intercourse. Helen Mirren, we see everything. And I mean everything. Looking pretty good as well. She's in her 40s, that stage, looking pretty... we salute you.
Yes.
Helen.
Yep.
Dame Helen. Is she a dame?
She is, yes.
Dame Helen, we salute
Dame for
you.
a reason.
Exactly. She's a dame and she was game.
She was Dame fine.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sex, a lot of violence, and we've got some cannibalism thrown in there.
Which won't ruin the surprise.
Exactly. And there's also a lot of food.
Yeah, very much in abundance. A lot of food.
And it's used really well within the film. As we said at the top end of this programme, these films that we're looking at, we want the food aspect has to play a really kind of key pivotal part in the film, and it does. It kind of it is that, again, that kind of shorthand for passion.
Yeah.
And love making.
Indeed. Yes.
And also death.
Yeah.
Some script wise, I thought was fantastic.
Yep.
Visually, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
Michael Gambon, I thought was just
he's brilliant. Did you like Ian Jury's little cameo?
And Trigger.
Yeah, and Trigger, of course.
Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. Exactly. Yeah, there was some great performances, fantastic writing, brilliant visuals.
A very delicious film, shall we say?
Absolutely.
If not a little bit stomach curdling towards the end.
Yeah.
But very powerful and a brilliant piece of British cinema.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
I said that damn fine, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, should we get onto the food recommendation?
Yeah, it's your turn to go first, I believe.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. Well, okay. So I've thought a lot about the French cuisine. Obviously the cook, he's French.
Ooh la la.
A lot of fin dining. And it's a very saucy, very sexy film. And I'm going a bit crude here. I'm looking at French foods that are a little bit sexy. Maybe, for instance, like, look at this, Adam. Do you like this? What does this 3 cheese souffle make you think of?
Does
it look like a booby?
A big nipple, yeah. A huge crispy cheesy nipple.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it looks like.
If you want, if you want to see what we're looking at, if you go to BBC Good Food, they do a 3 cheese souffle. Looks very arousing.
It looks lovely. Yeah.
So have that for starters. Main coq au vin, no explanation required there. Finished off with a Paris breast, which is a cream pastry dessert. So maybe some macarons, which if turned sideways look a little bit like a lady garden, but just using my imagination here.
Well, I'm never going to be able to eat macaroon.
Macarons.
Macaron. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to indulge in something sophisticated, le française, that's a bit sexy.
Pantalon.
It's a bit not the most intelligent of food suggestions. It's a bit immature, but it's a very serious film in a way, and I'm just giving it a bit of lightheartedness.
Yeah, I mean, you presented a meal there, which
a bit cheeky,
a little bit cheeky, definitely cheeky, and very very sexual, very appropriate for the movie.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so for my food suggestion, I actually got a little bit caught up with the whole Jacobean era references because they are slapped on throughout the movie really.
Yeah.
So I thought I wanted my food to reflect that.
Yep.
And just to prove that we don't just this isn't a last minute thing. We do preparation. We do work for this podcast. I actually did a bit of research into both Jacobean and Elizabethan era food. Now, what I actually wanted to do was do a typical Jacobean era feast.
Oh, right.
Okay. So for the first course, we're going to go through some hare.
Some what? Sorry?
Hare.
Oh, right.
Hare, no, as in like, hare as in a big rabbit.
The animal,
The animal, hare. And also a quarter of stag.
Okay.
Which has been salted. And also a stuffed chicken and a loin of veal. I mean, this is the first course. These guys knew how to eat. We then move on to the second course, which is roe deer, a pig, a sturgeon cooked in parsley and vinegar. Sturgeon's in there, and then covered in powdered ginger.
Ugh.
So, I mean, and again, that's the second course.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you might want to substitute the pig with a wild boar, depending upon your taste buds.
A lovely wild boar.
And it's not stopped there. We're not stopping there.
Holy moly.
Exactly. We'll then move on to, generally speaking, apparently there can be about 5 courses in a typical Jacobean feast. I'm going to move on to dessert because I think at that stage we're probably about to explode.
Yeah, I feel a bit full.
Now, we've got, and I'm not entirely sure what this is, Johnny, so please feel free to interject. Apparently a typical fourth course would be cream with duck powder, duck spelled D-U-C. I'm not sure what that is. But I'm sure there's ways to research that in a bit more depth. Covered with fennel seeds, preserved in sugar, a white cream, cheese in slices, and also some strawberries. And also you might want to have some plums in there as well, because they were quite popular during that time period. So there we go. We've got a full-on Jacobean feast to completely gorge and submerge yourself in.
And can you get all those ingredients from Tesco or
Co-op all major retailers should,
even the stag?
Even the stag is it's usually on aisle 7. Just past the canned peaches, just beyond that.
The tin peaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, that sounds very filling.
Yeah.
So you can have yourself either a 3-course French sexy food of a cheese souffle, coq au vin, and a Paris breast. or you can have yourself a full-on Jacobean.
Jacobean.
Both Jacobean. Banquet, and have everything you could ever imagine and more if you've got the money to do so.
Yeah,
I guess.
take on the level of greed that we saw Michael Gambon's character.
Yeah, Gambon.
Gambon.
Right, well, I think we should get our desserts and ask for the bill quite quickly after that, maybe.
I think it's getting that time now. I'm not holding up much hope that they'll come anytime soon, but
anyway,
we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
So we're here once again, this part of the podcast where we are going to invite Pablo in for another film not to eat food by. So I think we've got Pablo on line one. Pablo, are you there? Oh, Pablo? Hello, Pablo? Pablo?
Can you hear music?
That's fucking creepy, man.
It's creepy as hell.
Pablo?
Tell me that's not coming from the street outside.
Pablo?
Oh, sorry, lads. I'll just pull over.
It's haunting.
Sorry, just picked up a bit of a side trade. Just trying something out. Got a few chest freezers spare, so I thought I would just go into the ice cream van business.
Oh, right, okay, that explains that.
Another entrepreneur, another business up and running. Yeah.
It is dark outside at the moment, Pablo. Is that usual good for business?
Well, what I found is the irony of the ice cream man kind of seen as a bit of a wholesome character. Often of a night time, they go about selling drugs or cigarettes and things like that. From what I've seen on, I think the bill, they did it on the bill once. And that's my source of everything, really. Yeah. So I assumed that a way to to get the skunk pussies, the filth, the dirt, the street trash, etc. That I thought, rather than trying to seek them out, I would let them come to me.
Yeah, so it's bait. You're baiting them
very
in.
Clever.
Really.
Very clever.
Yeah. The ice cream van is just a worm on the hook.
Your lure has worked.
Yes.
Because I was thinking initially that I was surprised that people haven't done it before, but I'm thinking more that people just have done it and just haven't been caught. Because you're going about with a mobile chest freezer unit, essentially. So whatever you do, you can just pop them in, move the Soleros out of the way, make sure you don't squish the twisters. There's nothing worse than a squish twister, in my opinion.
Oh, yes. That sounds very painful.
Yeah.
Ow. Yeah, well...
Anyway, enough about my going concern.
Okay, so enough of squished ice cream. Let's hear your film recommendation.
If you're gonna spew into this.
Yes, I've reviewed I am about to review the Australian film Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla, directed by Stuart Simpson, written by Addison Heath. It's a Australian, I would say horror film, because it is ultimately. Stars Glenn Maynard as Warren Thompson, aka Clint. Essentially, this is Glenn Maynard's film. It's a superb performance by this guy. He's essentially playing an ice cream man with a learning disability. He's a nice guy. He lives with his cat. He's friendly with the odd local person, but ultimately he's a very lonely man. He's obsessed with a TB soap opera, and his main focus of his obsession is an actress in the show called Katie George. Right. He's quite obsessed over. And essentially his life's ticking over. He, gets ready, goes to work, feeds his cat, gets home after work, watches this show. He's got many tapes of it, and generally masturbates and goes to bed. That's pretty much his day in rotation.
I feel we can't relate to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a snapshot of all our lives, really. Yeah. I would think.
We are but men.
Certainly, in my current occupation, I'm finding that like every day I've just got the neighbours queued up, and it's a knuckle shot every time. But this is his general life until one day he accidentally runs over his cat. Kind of descends from there. His touch with reality kind of goes askew, shall we say. For me, obviously, the gore content, there's essentially only really 3, maybe 4 bits of gore, pretty much, 2 near the start and 1 at the end. But even for me, who likes a constant gore quotient, this film was superb, just as it was. Essentially, it's a kind of a slow build. If you think of, it's American Psycho on a budget.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's gradually building up to it, and then.
Well, that's it. I mean, when you get that gradual build up, when it finally comes, I always think it's more spectacular, isn't it? It's like.
Well, that's it, and essentially the man Warren himself isn't. He's not narcissistic. He's just a very lonely man. He just has it's one of these things that you get to see in the film, that he does kind of have a bit of a network that he may be not as aware of, but he focuses all his affection on this one woman. Lots of pictures. There's the odd scene that isn't too unreminiscent of. Alan Partridge with the mentalist scene.
Yeah. Hey, Alan.
But it's very good. It's all Glenn Maynard as Warren Thompson throughout, and there's a bit where he gets a camera which has got a video attachment, so you get a lot of to camera from Warren. So it's superb film. I very much enjoyed it.
Good. So what is your gore rating for it then? And what would you rate it? How even?
Well, as I say, the gore's not thorough throughout, but I would like to give as a personal Pablo rating, I'm going to go a full 5 squish cats out of 5 squish cats.
Ooh,
as a Pablo rating.
That's the first as well.
If you're looking specifically for gore. Then I would have to, put it closer around the 2.5 area for gore, but ultimately it's, I went into this thinking it would be a very gory film, but found that it was more than that possibly. So it was
more a psychological one.
Yes, and I think it was done on a shoestring budget. There was some excellent music in the film. Just a lot of the shots, the camera work was excellent. The editing. I think there's a lot of very good cinema, especially with a bit of a dark twist and a bit of a horror bent coming out of Australia over the last 10-15 years, which have been a very good quality, and this is definitely one of them.
Indeed. Oh well, no, that sounds good. I must admit, I did quite fancy it from the trailer. It does look like a bit different, very inventive. I like the look of that character, Warren, you said. I think, it looks very good. Well, thanks for that review. Have you got any other recommendations that you want to throw in there?
Well, current film. There's the film. Speaking of, I believe this was at an earlier intervention, but I was speaking of Kevin Smith at some point, and his film Tusk, which came out not that long ago, probably about 2014, if memory serves.
A couple of years ago, yeah.
Which I very much liked. I don't think it got much of a positive review in the general press, but if you like a bit of body horror, if you like a little bit of peculiarity, if you like a little bit of essentially gratuitous humour, to put it in other words. I don't know if that quite counts, but essentially, yes, laughing at other people and the ultimate, end of those type of people who take joy in other people's misery.
Right.
And through that, I've looked into some, maritime themed skins to maybe involve in my taxidermy with some of my offcuts, but. it's surprisingly hard to get. There's like watch lists and everything, so I've decided to keep away.
Right. I mean, you could always take the Buffalo Bill approach and just keep with a, human skin.
Oh no! Human skin's involved. It's more the fusion of the two.
What? I'm a little bit lost now. So, what do you mean? The combination of?
Well, if you watch the film Tusk, I don't want to give away.
Oh right, okay, yeah, no, sorry, I've not seen it, so it's
there's
I did not know what was going on there. I'm with you. So, basically trying to merge a cod skin with a person's.
Oh, cods? Well, you think I'd fish cods? The cods are dying. They're unsustainable fish source.
Yeah,
and you want me to get cods? I mean, at least mackerel, maybe a bit of pollock. That's sustainable.
Coley.
Coley. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. And, and a good message there to go out to our listeners. Always check those sustainable fish lists and be sustainable.
I must say, whenever I'm out and about, if I see like an extremely unique skunk pussy, dirt trash, street punk, etc., I often just let them go. The catch and release approach, because there's only so many of them out about. So I don't want to kill that population. I want them to grow for a little bit, and then I can pick them off freely.
Yeah. No,
sensible approach.
So
conscience, I try and use a little bit of conscience in my approach.
Yeah.
So this ice cream van, are you actually stocking ice cream as a kind of a guise, or is it just?
I did it.
Smoking.
I did initially. I had quite a lot of ice cream, but a lot of time I've spent just waiting about, so I've eaten most of it.
Do you stock Mars ice creams? I quite like them. I'm a bit partial to Mars ice cream.
I'm a big fan of Ben and Jerry's as well. Yeah.
Take it or leave
half
it.
baked fish food. Yeah, like that.
Or maybe a classic one.
Well, I've generally just gone for all the cheap ones from the local pound shop.
The Juicy Lucy.
It's like a lemon meringue one. There's a rum punch, not rum and raisin, rum punch.
Do you have a classic Neapolitan as well? You always get.
Cool, you're getting a bit fancy.
Your screwball.
Screwball, yeah.
No, classic.
No, I was calling you a screwball.
Pablo.
Anyway, lads, I've got to get on with it. I'm noticing there's a few ne'er-do-wells hanging around the lamppost around the corner, so I'll get on.
We'll let you get back to work.
Yeah. Go sell some ice creams and skin some bad folk.
Yeah. Clean up those streets.
I'm going to pull around the harbour later, so hopefully I'll be able to just maybe find the odd like dead seal and maybe the odd ne'er-do-well, and hopefully I'll be able to like kill two birds with one stone. Yeah,
that works. Yeah. Brilliant.
Anyway, I'll see you later, lads.
Yeah. All right then. Cheers, Pablo.
Bye, Pablo.
Happy travels.
Toodaloo.
Bye. Yeah, believe me, Adam, when this dessert arrives, it's going to change your opinion. It's particularly good. I picked it myself. So.
You know what, mate? I feel like I've been pretty negative.
Yeah, you have.
I
don't see
apologise
you
for
that.
that.
Puppet-themed restaurant.
No, there's a lot of work and quite possibly money that's gone into this as well.
Yeah, all the family, all the money I have for my family, basically.
I'm just watching your back. I just want to make sure that you're okay, dude.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see. So, so this brings us almost to a close of this food film themed edition of Food to Watch Films by. But before we go, we're not actually doing a listener recommendation this month, as we actually conducted a bit of a poll recently on Twitter.
Yeah.
In which I suppose to link through to our review of Sausage Party, put a bit of a poll on Twitter, finding out what's people's preference of sausage, and an overwhelming 50% voted for the bratwurst as opposed to your regular pork sausage or Toulouse. I'd put the option of no, I'm sausage phobic as well for any.
What percentage was that?
That was only 8%. So.
The 8% of people being
sausage
scared
phobic.
of sausages is, that's still a big portion.
It is a bit, really. I mean, we're a long way from, the 50s, the 80s, whatever,
Chances are you've met somebody who's afraid of sausages, who have a genuine phobia of sausages. You could be sat, on the bus next to a sausage phobiac one day, not even know it.
Yeah, but, Anyway, so the Bratverse, that was a bit surprising. I think Toulouse is my preference.
I would have also gone with Toulouse, to be fair, but I do like a Bratwurst as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for everybody who voted.
Yes.
As well.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Ooh, desserts arrived.
Here you go, guys. Flaming hot baked Alaska.
Wow, look at that, Adam. Doesn't look amazing.
Yeah, I have to admit, mate, it's pretty good. Is she going to light it at the table?
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
get it, light us up.
Let me get that for you guys.
Whew. Oh, that's nice and hot, isn't it?
Flames are getting kind of high. Almost dangerously high, Johnny. Ow.
Hey, where's the fire extinguisher?
We better get out of here.
Good God.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
My face, my beautiful face.
Oh shit, let's get out of here.
Johnny, what have you done?
Oh, this was a really bad idea.
This is what I told you. This is the last time that you ever do any crazy escapades. Okay? Have you learned something from this, Johnny?
I'm sorry.
I have no eyebrows left on me.
We'll see you next time, folks.